They sold him as a boy. They renamed him. They expected him to obey. But history had other plans. This is the story of Jaja of Opobo, the enslaved child who rose to power and dared to challenge the British Empire. Jaja was born among the Igbo people in a land of rivers, palm trees, and strong ancestral traditions. His early life was simple and rooted in community, but everything changed the day slave raiders stormed his village. Homes were destroyed, families torn apart, and children dragged away from the only life they knew. Jaja was taken to the Niger Delta, where he lost his family, his freedom, and even his birth name. He was sold into the powerful house of Ani Pepo in the kingdom of Boni and given the name Jaja. Though enslaved, he was observant and intelligent. While others labored, Jaja watched closely. He learned how trade worked, how alliances were formed, and how power truly operated in the Delta. Palm oil had replaced human trafficking as the main source of wealth, and Jaja understood that whoever controlled trade controlled the future. As he grew older, Jaja rose through the ranks of the merchant house. He earned loyalty through fairness and strength, and soon his influence rivaled that of free-born leaders. Even the king of Boni, William Peppel, could not ignore him. When political tension erupted between the king and the merchant houses, Jaja made a bold and dangerous decision. He left Boni. With his followers, his trading canoes, and his wealth, Jaja established a new settlement in 1869. He named it Opobo. There he became king, not through inheritance, but through leadership. Opobo quickly grew into a powerful trading kingdom. Jaja ruled firmly, enforcing order and protecting his people's interests. He insisted that European traders work through him rather than bypass African authority. For the first time, an African king stood between the British and their profits. That was a line the empire would not tolerate.
Opobo prospered under Jaja's rule. Trade flourished, and the kingdom became one of the most important commercial centers in the Niger Delta. But Jaja's success created enemies. British traders complained that he was blocking free trade. In reality, Jaja was doing what every sovereign ruler had the right to do: protect his economy and his people. Unable to control him through force, the British chose deception. They accused Jaja of obstructing commerce and violating treaties he never truly agreed to. In 1887, British officials invited him to what they described as a peaceful diplomatic meeting. Though cautious, Jaja believed dialogue was better than war. Confident in his authority and integrity, he accepted the invitation. It was a trap. As soon as Jaja boarded the British ship, he was arrested. The king of Opobo was placed in chains and charged with rebellion against the British crown. His trial was a formality. The verdict had already been decided. Jaja was exiled, first to the West Indies and later to England. His kingdom was taken over and his influence erased from the Niger Delta. The British believed exile would erase his legacy. They were wrong. In 1891, Jaja was finally allowed to return home, but he never reached Opobo. He died mysteriously during the journey. Some accounts claim illness, while others suspect poisoning. The truth was buried with him. His body was returned to his people, but his kingdom never recovered. Yet, Jaja of Opobo did not die in vain. Today, he is remembered as a symbol of African resistance and self-determination. He was a man born into chains who built a kingdom and stood his ground against the world's most powerful empire. Power does not always come from a crown. Sometimes it comes from courage, and sometimes history belongs to those who refuse to kneel. This was the story of Jaja of Opobo, a king Britain could not control.
Follow and click the like button for more interesting stories like this.